Hello, hello, hello. This is Crystal, but you can call me Sherpa, and I am really glad that you are here. Today we're going to talk about beliefs, and I have a really, really funny example to share with you today. So what happened is, as part of my business, I have multiple streams of income, okay? And so one of the things that I do is marketing. I do product marketing. And I reach out primarily to cold people, like people that I don't know out on social media, right? And so I have a script and things that I use. And so I do this. And like yesterday, I reached out to 100 people, okay? So one of the guys that said, yes, I'd like to look at it, because I don't spam people. I just ask them if they're open to look at it. And if they're open, then I send it to them, right? So one of the guys, we went through the regular process. As part of the process, once they say yes, they want to see the video, then I give them my phone number. They give me their phone number. And I usually ask when they can look at the video. And so this particular guy said, I can't look at it until the evening, right? So the last communication from him to me was his phone number, okay? The next communication to me from him said he has a soothing, trustworthy voice, okay? So in my mind, I thought that he was maybe joking, because a lot of times people joke, when you're doing social media in the chats, people joke around, right? So I thought he was joking to say that the number that he gave me was somebody else, like a friend's number. So I responded, is he rich? Because I'm looking for a sugar daddy. Okay? Because in my mind, he was joking about the number, wasn't really his number, and I'm a little flirtatious sometimes, so I was just like, hey, is he rich? Because I'm looking for a sugar daddy. And he said, I was talking about the guy in the video. Oh my God. Okay, I was a little bit if I could be embarrassed, that would be a moment to be embarrassed, right? So I said, oh, LOL, I thought since you weren't going to look at the video until the evening, I thought you were joking about the number you gave me. And then he was like, well, how do you get crystallized? And then the conversation went on from there, right? And then I shared that I do, that if you want to get crystallized, you have to check out my YouTube channel. And if you really have, want to dive deeper, then I do one-on-one spiritually based coaching, right? And then he said, interesting. And I was like, really? Why interesting? And he didn't respond. And then I was thinking, oh, I know what it was. Because I joked around about, looking for the sugar daddy. And that was incongruent with the spirituality thing in most people's mind. Not in my mind, because there's a viewpoint for that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that did not seem right. So what do I do? So I beat myself up a little bit, because I'm like, where did that come from anyway? Which I knew where it came from, but then I was like, why would I think that his comment would imply, like, why would I think somebody would give me a wrong phone number, right? I was like, why would that be? Like, that's kind of out of left field. Like, why would I think that would be the case anyway? Beyond the whole commentary wasn't so much as a trigger for me, but the understanding of why I had a belief that would lead me to behave in a way to suggest that maybe I had gotten the wrong phone number. That was the bigger question. Because our behavior reveals our beliefs. And as spiritual beings, everything here is a mirror to you. So a lot of times, I remember like when, a long time ago, I would, see situations or people and things and just feel like, oh gosh, why is this happening? Why did this person treat me this way? Why would this person do this? Why did I behave that way? I don't understand. And the key thing that I didn't understand is that all interactions in our lives are there and in some way show us a reflection of ourselves. This is because we're always vibrating at some frequency. We're always signaling the universe about whatever it is or wherever we're at vibrationally, right? So that means that if a situation happens, then, and it's something that causes you to question yourself, like, oh, why did I do that? It's really a good question to ask yourself, why did I do that? Because chances are it's based on a belief that you have that you need to deal with. And so that's what I did. I said, man, okay, let me think. Why would I think someone would give me the wrong phone number? It's got to be a couple things. One, it could be because I think nobody wants, it's a self-esteem issue. Like, I think people don't want to talk to me. And then I was like, well, why would I do that? And I remembered that I have in the past, when I was, before I was married, when I was dating in high school and stuff, I have in the past given guys who reach out to me, I've given them the wrong phone number because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, or I didn't have the courage to just say, no, I don't want to talk to you. But I have done that in the past. So then I started to break down these scenarios to say, okay, what is the belief that I have about that? Is there a situation where I've had that belief? And what is the new belief that I need to put in place to override that belief that I've now become aware of, right? Because when you're going through life and situations come up, they come up to bring to your awareness something that you need to deal with or something that you need to celebrate. But it's always something about you, okay? So let's go through these one at a time, because I think that when I share my journey, that this may trigger or, may help someone else that may be going through the same thing. Because hopefully I'm not the only one. Okay, so the first thing I thought was, oh, nobody wants to talk to me. So I'm like, well, why would nobody want to talk to you? You're raising your vibration, and Stuart Wilde says that when you raise your vibration, people coming out of the woodwork to find you and hunt you down. So why would someone not want to talk to you? And then I remembered, or I recalled, or I connected with this. Most of my life, I have been more in the background. So even as in my career as a project manager, my belief has always been, the project manager kind of holds it all together, but the team makes it work. And so I never looked for a situation where I was more in the forefront, right? And then even once I started to do live videos, a live video is it's live and people see it, but it's really just like me and the camera, okay? So it's me and the camera. It's not an actual interaction with people. But because of some opportunities that I'm having in my life right now I'm having to be called to be more face-to-face with people. Now I'm being called to have more conversations with people, one-on-one, like real live conversations. I know it sounds crazy. And so in that environment, I'm a little uncomfortable, believe it or not. I love people and I like to socialize with people, but being empathic, I feel a lot of energy, like I get a lot of energy things going on. And so when I'm interacting with people, and so I can see how in my mind, I'd be like, oh, they don't want to talk to me, just because of my own personal self-esteem and having to raise that up. And so what I need to do now, because I have a belief that says people are not going to want to talk to me, or people are going to reject me, I need a new belief to put in place of that. And my new belief is I'm vibrating high. And so I'm drawing to me quality people who love to interact with me, who love it, who love to talk to me, and I enjoy their conversations. I had to replace that belief, okay? The second thing I think was going on is that in the past, when I've had that situation where there's maybe been a person that wanted my phone number, whatever, back in the day, and I gave them the wrong phone number. What's happening when you do that is one of two things. Either I was being nice and didn't want to hurt their feelings, or I didn't have the courage to say no. I think I didn't have the courage to say no. Because think about it. If somebody asks your phone number and you don't want to give it to them, you should just say no. No, I'm sorry. I'm not interested. If you really want to be nice, you can be like, you know what? Give me your number. And if anything changes, I'll call you. Right? That's a polite way to say, like, no, I ain't about to call you, but you can give me your number if you want to. But in that moment, I didn't have the courage to say no. And so that incident kind of bubbled up to me to say, okay, I need to make sure that I'm always operating in integrity. And if I don't want to work with something, I don't want to be bothered with somebody, I have to just say no. This happens to me a lot on social media because I get a lot of people. Some people just feel like they can call you up on Messenger, be like, hi, what's up, girl? Right? And I'm like, no, I don't know you. I don't want to talk to you. Most of the time it's someone who is not English speaking or not very well, right? And sometimes it's not, but there's various people. But in the past, I would just ignore the call. But now, you know what? I answer the call and I say, I'm sorry. My business doesn't operate in your country, or no, I'm not interested, or I'm sorry, I'm not interested in talking to you. And just be forthright because it's clean. Now you don't have to worry about it, and you're putting an energy of integrity out into your world, and that's the energy that's going to come back to you. So you don't have to I don't have to be thinking about whether somebody is responding to my call because they're not responding because they don't want to talk to me. I'm creating an energy in my life that says, no, people are going to be honest with me even if they don't want what I have. And guess what happens? I get people who say, no, not interested. Would you like to look at this? No. I'd much rather have a no. I'd rather have a no than have to, because if you don't tell me no, then guess what? I got to follow up with you until you tell me no or yes, right? So I'd rather have someone say no. So that was the second thing that I pulled out of this. And even though it seems like a really minor situation, right? I was able to glean a lot of learning about me from that. And this is what you have to do. You have to look at your situations not as something that is bad or something that is unfortunate or anything like that. What you want to do is you want to look at your situations as, this is interesting. What can I learn from this? Or, that's an interesting perspective. I wonder where I got that belief from. And in this way, you can learn more about yourself, and it allows you to raise your frequency or your vibration so that you can draw closer to that what you want. So like if you want to accumulate a lot of money in your life, money is a very high vibration. So gratitude and love are the frequencies that money is drawn to. And so if you're raising your vibration by dealing with these prior beliefs and thoughts about yourself, you're opening up the window to allow money to flow to you, money and abundance and love to flow to you unencumbered. And so that is what I wanted to share. And the other thing, there was a third thing that I was thinking about, and this is really probably more relevant. And it is that when I began this journey to share my views on spirituality and religion, it took me 3 years to get the courage to be willing to come out and share on this topic. And the reason is because it's very against the grain. I grew up in a very religious family. They're religious to this day. And a lot of the beliefs that I have and the things that I've learned and the knowledge that I've gained and my experience is contrary to what's been taught over the years and years and years from religious teachers and preachers that have been in my life. And so it's so different. And so I feel I have this undercurrent of wanting to be liked. Like I want to be liked. I have a little people pleaser left in me. And so I want to be liked. And then I was like, people are not going to like me. Because the majority of people who have grown up in a religious background and have religious views and know the religious nomenclature, they can talk the talk and they go to the events and they do all that stuff. Those people are many, many, many more, in my view, than the people who I'm trying to help. Because the people I want to help are the people who are on a spiritual journey or who have seen or are not getting the results that they want in their lives from that spiritual perspective and have questions and want to explore and see how that connection can be forged between themselves and their divinity, or many times don't even know they have divinity. And the reason this is important to me is because I believe it's life-saving. I believe that there are a lot of people who commit suicide because they don't feel like they're valued, or they feel like they're too different, or they feel like their views are not congruent and there's something wrong with them because they're not like their social circle. Or even people who are very wealthy get to a point where they're like, oh, is this all there is? And that stems from a lack of understanding about who you are and your divinity. That's what it comes from. And so I feel like if I can share my situation and the way I look at things, and it can help someone to connect with their true divinity so they see their value and they would never consider taking their own life, and they can live abundantly and live with a sense of adventure in their lives, it's all worth it. And so that is the core, I think, and the root of it is that my feeling uncomfortable and wanting to be liked and knowing that my mission and my passion puts me in a position in direct opposition to everything that I've been taught. I don't think it's true opposition though, because it's not a matter of the Bible being wrong per se. It's all a matter of how people have interpreted and taught it and passed it down over the years. And even in how it was created, to be honest, because it's more of a politically driven document than it is a spiritually driven document. But I digress. So anyway, the point of this video was just to say our beliefs drive our behavior. And if you are able to make that distinction and begin to look at behaviors and things that happen in your life as more of an adventure and an investigation and a growth opportunity, then you'll be much happier and you'll understand the value of your existence, and you will see the benefit of you being in the world. And you'll raise your frequency and you'll raise your vibration. Your life will be better because you'll be drawing unto yourself that which is better because you've been proactive to raise your vibration. So with that, that's what I want to share in this video. Again, if this was helpful for you, the process of using your beliefs and your behavior to learn more about who you are in the world, if this was helpful to you, please do like, comment, share, and click the notification so that you'll know the next time I post a video. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll talk to you soon.